So I read the article regarding the 50 companies that do get Twitter and the 50 companies that don't. I really thought it was kind of really interesting on, you know, which companies are showing empathy to their customers and which ones aren't. I was really surprised at that most of the empathetic companies were, you know, UK based, and Sainsbury's and a lot of those other companies. I think I saw the Royal Mail was an empathetic uh, company and Twitter account. What also really struck me as interesting, the Starbucks was listed as one of the least empathetic companies and was always referring their customers to their uh, like online and email, and not really doing anything to help their customers. And even they scored like a negative like 7. And somehow AstraZeneca, the pharmaceutical company, was so much further down. I watch a lot of uh, different TV and YouTube and things like that, and AstraZeneca is, it's reasonably well represented, and to realize like they're just not helping their customers at all or anything else like that. Um, it's it's actually kind of interesting to learn that the companies that you would expect to be empathetic and that you would expect to be working with their customers are really not scoring very well. One of the things that AstraZeneca says is, if you can't afford your medicine, AstraZeneca is there to help and is going to be able to help you and do everything with that. So I thought that was really interesting. American Airlines, I know that they get a lot of like customer complaints and passenger complaints, that they are really receptive to that, and that they're really receptive because it is so overwhelmingly easy for something like that to go viral. Something, hey, American Airlines left me on the tarmac for 4 hours. What are you guys doing? And to have a team there and to have a team that's available to help customer inquiries and customer concerns is really beneficial. Uh, One of the things I was always thinking about through this is, a lot of organizations will go through and say, you know, you can reach out to us on email, you can call us, and every time that I've ever like had a complaint about a company or really was something that irked me, all my friends always say, post to their Twitter, man. All you gotta do is post to their Twitter. It's gonna solve the problem. And I guess those are the companies that are really going forward and making sure that their problems are solved and that everything is happening for their customers, and showing that same level of empathy that they would really like to see, that any one of their customer service representatives would be utilizing. So, I really liked the article. I thought it was really interesting that Bank of America was somehow 11. I see Bank of America in all of the interactions that I've ever had with Bank of America were less than positive. Uh, One of the things that I didn't see that I always thought was interesting is, the burger chain Wendy's has been, ablaze on Twitter with their viral marketing, attacking all of these other burger chains and going after Burger King and McDonald's, and whoever's running that Wendy's Twitter stream is kind of genius about it, but definitely does not rank on that empathetic scale. They'll tell you to go pound sand, and so that's kind of one of the things. I think that sometimes having empathy with it, Twitter and things like that, and your social media is really worthwhile, but it also doesn't always get people talking about you, um, like being, I guess I would call savage or something like that about people on Twitter and social media. So it's definitely a really interesting article. I really enjoyed reading it, but um, yeah, I think that empathy is not the only way that you can really understand your customers and be forthcoming with your customers and working with them. So that's kind of what I have to say about that.